Phnom Penh, 2021. Look at the skyline. Glass and steel piercing the clouds, the headquarters of a conglomerate you've never heard of, but whose power spans from Beijing to Jakarta. The men walking through its golden lobby, look at them. Police generals holding their hats, chief prosecutors checking their watches, judges sipping tea. They are waiting patiently for the elevator. They say Cambodia has a prime minister, but the men with guns and gavels know the truth. They are waiting for Cheng Zhao, a billionaire born in the mainland, naturalized by wealth. He didn't just operate in the system, he bought it.
Now, let's ignore the penthouse. Take the elevator down. Stop at the 12th floor. Look at the man sitting behind the mahogany desk. His name is Sambath. He is the division head of HR. In any other company, an HR manager reports to a director. The director reports to a CEO. The CEO reports to the owner. But this is not a company. This is a kingdom. And in Chen Zhao's kingdom, the hierarchy is twisted. There is no CEO. There are no directors above him. The line goes straight up, from Sambath directly to Chen Zhao.
Why? Because Sambath is the Gatekeeper, a rare weapon, a son of Khmer's soil who speaks 4 frequencies. Khmer for the police, Mandarin for the boss, English for the contracts, Thai for the border logistics. It is early 2021. The business is clean. The air conditioning is cold. Sambath thinks he is the right hand of God. He thinks he is managing human capital for luxury hotels. He doesn't know it yet, but the hotels are about to become prisons. And his 12th floor office is about to become the administrative gateway to hell. Fast forward, 48 hours ago. A glass ashtray shattered against the penthouse wall. Chen Zhao screamed. The revenue charts were bleeding. Cut the fat, Sambath. Fire the clowns. We don't need puppet directors anymore. Sambath obeyed. He fired the accountants, the marketers, the software developers. Easy targets. But now, look at his hands. They are trembling. On his desk, there are 3 manila envelopes, termination letters, but not for employees, for the board of directors. Read the names on the envelopes. One is a former provincial governor, a man whose family owns half the province. One is a retired police general, a man who used to command battalions. One is a former member of parliament. In this country, men like these are untouchable. They are the nobility. And Sambath? He is a commoner, a boy from the rice fields who learned English. In the old world, a commoner does not fire a king. A commoner bows. Sambath stares at the door. He knows the risk. If he insults these men, he could disappear. A black bag over his head, a shallow grave in the jungle. But then he remembers who signs his paycheck. He remembers who truly owns this city. The governor is not the king anymore. The general has no army here. They are just employees, expensive decorations. And the real king? Chen Zhao wants them gone. Sambath takes a deep breath. He swallows his fear. He picks up the phone. His voice shakes just for a second before turning cold.
Send the directors in, one by one.
The moment he signed those letters, Sambath crossed a line. He stopped being a corporate executive. He became a lieutenant. Chen Zhao handed him new KPIs, not occupancy rates. Crypto wallets drained, romantic scams executed, ransom money extorted. We need a new workforce, Sambath. Thousands of them. Fill the empty towers in Sionicville. So Sambath weaponized his HR skills. He didn't use headhunters. He used the algorithm. He crafted the perfect lie. High-paying customer service roles, booming tech startup, free flights. He targeted the bleeding wounds of the region. Manila's unemployed youth, Jakarta's struggling graduates, Kuala Lumpur's underpaid workers. And they came, by the thousands. Look at Sambath's desk now. Gone are the engineering degrees. Now it is covered in passports. A dark green passport with a Garuda, an Indonesian who thought he was answering emails, a maroon passport with a sun, a Filipino who thought he was doing data entry, a blue passport, a Malaysian who thought he was joining a crypto exchange. They flew in smiling until Sambath's logistics team met them at the airport. That is when the passports vanished. That is when the smiles died. That is when they were shoved into tinted vans for the long drive to the coast. Sambath picks up a rubber stamp. Thump. He is no longer hiring staff. He is cataloging inventory. The HR manager has become the warden. Greed is a funny thing. It blinds you. They thought they were invincible behind their concrete walls and paid-off generals. In the beginning, they just stole money. But that wasn't enough. They wanted everything. Voices, faces, bodies, AI deepfakes, voice cloning. They turned Sihanoukville into a factory of digital nightmares. But they forgot the one rule of the internet. Digital sin leaves a digital footprint, and the world started watching. First, it was the dragon. China built the Great Firewall, blocked the IPs, cut the payment gateways. Then, the giant of the South. Indonesia blocked the domains, hunted the recruiters. Then, the eagle. The United States FBI froze the crypto nodes. And then, everyone. Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, Europe. The firewalls went up one by one. Sambath looks at his monitors. Red lights. Everywhere. The IP addresses they used to hide the money are being blacklisted globally. Every packet of data leaving the compound is being traced. They built a fortress of concrete to keep the police out, but they built a highway of fiber optics that let the world in. And now, the digital noose is tightening. November 2025. Week 2. The air conditioning is still humming, but Sambath is sweating. The governments of the world have choked the money flow, and inside the compound, the fear is gone. Human beings have a limit. Sambath pushed them past it. Yesterday, 10 workers jumped the razor wire. The guards beat them, threatened to shoot them, but the workers just looked back with empty eyes. When a man is already in hell, you cannot threaten him with death. The machine is breaking. Sambath looks at the empty desks across from him. He had 3 lieutenants, ruthless men. 2 of them resigned this morning. "We're going to the Canal project, boss," they said. "The Funan Techo waterway. The Chinese state companies are hiring. Legit work, good pay, no Interpol." They left the sinking ship. The Dragon doesn't need scammers anymore. It needs builders. Sambath looks at his last lieutenant. The man is shaking. "Boss, I can't hold the floor alone. There are 500 of them down there. If they riot..." He is right. One man cannot patch a bursting dam. Sambath is alone, the HR manager of a company with no future, the warden of a prison with no guards.
Boss, I can't hold the floor alone. There are 500 of them down there.
Breaking news, a major geopolitical shift today. In a gesture of cooperation with Beijing, Cambodian authorities have confirmed the extradition of the fugitive billionaire known as Chen Zhao. The FBI has seized approximately $15 billion worth of Bitcoin in what officials describe as one of the largest financial fraud takedowns in history.
Look at him. He sees his boss on the screen. Handcuffs, head bowed. Chen Zhao's citizenship revoked. His empire collapsing. The game is over, but the numbers remain. 173 senior figures arrested, 11,000 workers deported, 190 locations sealed. And Sambath? He is not in the count. Not yet. His name is only in the files he is now feeding into the shredder. He was good at math. Cost to recruit one body, 8,000 yuan. Average monthly revenue per scammer, $36,000. Cost to dispose of a rebel, 2,000 yuan. He calculated everything, except the cost of his own soul. The neon lights of Sihanoukville are flickering out. The Dragon has moved on. The Canal is the new frontier. $1.7 billion, 180 kilometers. My former lieutenants call it a new job. They will manage logistics for the same Chinese contractors. The compounds are empty. The guards have fled. But the resumes of men like Sambath are still circulating. Next year, the Funan Techo Canal will need logistics managers. The special economic zones will need HR directors. They will need men who understand how to move people, manage costs, and ask no questions. The neon prison is closing. Long live the neon prison. I'm Lalamulu. See you on the next shift.